So I'm here with an engineer from the Google Data APIs team who just had an interesting release today. So first, could you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jun Yang. I am one of the engineers on the GData team, and today we released the GData JavaScript client library, and we are very excited about that.
So what is this client library? How is it different from the other client libraries that we have?
Well, certainly it uses JavaScript as its programming language, and if you haven't taken notice, JavaScript is the most popular language runtime in the world. It's deployed in every browser, so we think it'd be an interesting and important language to support.
Great, so we've always been able to do some kind of read-only JSON-like things. So how is this different?
Yeah, we have been supporting that for about a year. It's very useful. With read-only access, you can already do very many interesting applications, but this is what I call floodgate opening technology that changes the perspective that not only it's read-only read and write access, but also with Google's official authentication support, which is awesome, and also cross-domain access, so that you can host your application anywhere and still access Google's feeds.
Great, so this is a big deal. We haven't been able to do this before. This has always been kind of a limitation that, great, you can do the read-only stuff, but what about if you want to authenticate in and get access to different people's real information, write data back? For example, if you're building a blog application in JavaScript, you'd want to actually create blog entries and things like this. So how are you able to even do this? Isn't like the security model in the browsers that stops you doing this? Right.
We fully work within the browser security model, so there's nothing, no security hole that we depend on. It's standard Firefox and IE security model. So, but still, there are many possibilities or combinations of techniques that you can use to enable cross-domain support, especially with server-side padding to the result. We can actually achieve this.
Great. So is this similar to the subspace paper that was released,
I have heard of it, but I have not compared our technique with theirs, so don't know.
Okay. Is it like implementation-wise, is it magical iframes within iframes and things like this? Or?
Well, there are two levels of iframes, but the key is certainly to access the grandchild's iframe from grandparents, and which the browser allows, even though the intermediate frame may be on a different domain. And also with server-side support of padding and enough details to actually enable this technique, like whether you want to encode the URL, how to make the large chunk of data available and chunk it up and make it available for the grandparent to pick up and all that.
Great. So on the client side, you can just write your entire application in JavaScript now.
Yes.
But the server-side endpoints, they still have to be aware of this technique, right? You can't just access anything without anyone allowing you and things like that?
Right. Well, today, certainly, the only server-side support are provided by the Google services. But we hope that in the future, this technique can be more widely deployed, that the third-party feeds can also support that.
Okay. So what Google services use this right now?
Today, we're only releasing support for calendar. We don't pre-announce anything, but
yeah, I think we'll understand. So that's awesome. So that means that now I could build a calendar view in Ajax app that could tie in create events on the server side into Google Calendar, which we haven't been able to do before without having to have like a server-side proxy or something like that.
Right, right. The consequence of today's release is basically you can create an application without any server-side component involved, not even proxy server, and host it anywhere, maybe a Google page, and be able to create a full-blown calendar application.
Great. Well, I'm really excited to see all of the cool read-write mashups that we get out of this, and thanks so much for your hard work.
Thank you.